Good morning and welcome. It's Christine Crutcher from Create with Christine. This week I am featuring the October 2022 Paper Pumpkin Kit. I have 3 card alternatives for you today. So thanks so much for tuning in, whether you're going to join me live here in a minute or catch the replay. This live will probably be a little bit longer than normal, so 30 to 45 minutes is my goal to get through the 3 cards. I am not going to be giving you measurements. A perk for being a Paper Pumpkin subscriber under me is I give my subscribers a PDF tutorial with all the measurements. But I'm going to go through the cards and you'll have the replay on Facebook or YouTube to look back on. So I have 3 cards for you, and just to let you know, 2 of them are fun folds. So I'm really excited about this this live today. So this is the kit. It's the Ho 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 October 22 Paper Pumpkin. It includes supplies for 9 cards, 3 designs, 3 of each. And I will admit, it's not necessarily my style. So my cards, I added some things on, and as I go along, I'll tell you what I added on in products from my stash. So the kit came in a cute candy cane stripe box. So that's super adorable. But I really barely scratched the surface of what I used from the kit because I added on some things from my stash. So here's card number 1. We're just going to start super simple. This one I added on some ink, some cardstock, some specialty designer series paper, and some blends. So here's card number 2. This is the first fun fold. So again, all the card bases I used are from the kit, but this one just kind of opens like this. Super adorable. Whoops, trying to close the wrong flaps. This one I have to credit for my friend Cheryl for teaching me how to make this. And then this last one is a Dutch door fold card. And I'm not going to go over that today, but geez, a piece of lint just went flying through the air while I'm live and I could see it. That was so super weird. But this is a Dutch door fold, so it opens like this, and I'll talk about it. But if you want me to do a future live on how to do a Dutch door fold, I'll do that in the future. Okay, so let's jump right in. Like I said, this is probably going to be a little bit longer than normal. And it's just because I have some announcements, and I got some swaps. So I kind of got the idea of doing fun folds based on some swap cards I've been getting this week. So let me point the camera down at my station and we'll jump right in. And of course, I want to talk about my class. I have a class this week, so I want to talk about that at the end. And a few announcements. So I just want to make sure I can find myself in my feed here. Here I am. Okay, so hey, good morning, Elaine. Thanks for tuning in this morning. So we're going to start super simple, like I said, with the Merry Christmas card. So I have everything in little envelopes to keep myself organized. These are the envelopes that come in the kit, so they're printed with a printed design. Oh, and let me show you a couple other things. I'm not going to go over everything in the kit, but you got a early espresso stamping spot, a mini ink pad. I didn't even use early espresso in my cards. Hey, good morning, Janine. Thanks for tuning in this morning. And then this is the awesome stamp set. I actually only ended up using 3 of the stamps. So this kit, you could really do a lot with it. Based on the pieces that you get in the stamp set. So it's a great value if you subscribe monthly for Paper Pumpkin. In the US, it's $23.50, and that includes everything, includes the shipping, and it comes it comes USPS to your mailbox. So let me bring over my Pierce mat, my Stampin' Pierce mat. The stamp set that you get is photopolymer, so it's the see-through clear stamps. So I always like to have my Pierce mat for some cushion. And we are just going to stamp the Christmas. And since I'm using the crumb cake base card from the kit, I decided to use crumb cake ink from my stash. And another tip is something I noticed in a live from Stamping Up recently is that when you have a small stamp like this, I'm stamping just the Christmas, I tend to put this on like the tiniest block. It fits perfectly on a tiny block. And they actually suggested using a larger block. So I'm actually using block H from my stash. And then you can have a better chance to kind of see around it when you stamp. So I've been doing that, and it's really been helping me see where I'm going. So I'm just going to go right down in the corner. I hope I'm going on the right side. I believe I am. Okay, I went on the opposite side, but I think it's going to be totally fine. So that's all I'm doing with this card for stamping. Like I said, we're going to start really simple and kind of move up in level. So crumb cake. This is just printed, comes in the kit. One side's crumb cake, one side's white. The inside is white. So I decided to use the crumb cake layer. And we're going to start with a piece of cherry cobbler from the Festive Foils specialty paper. This kit had cherry cobbler as one of the coordinating colors. So I picked this from my stash. And this is cut out with one of the Scalloped Contours dies. So you're going to see I'm going to use the Scalloped Contours dies on 2 of the cards. So this is pretty thin, so I'm just going to put this on with a little bit of Seal Plus adhesive. You'll use the H block more than any other block, you think? Yeah, I think I've been doing that as well lately. So I want this is another label from the Scallop Contours. I want this to hang off the edge a little bit, so I'm going to kind of get my placement. And while I'm here, I can put my Mary on. So this card's going to look a little bit different from the sample, but that's okay. Let's put my Mary on with a little bit of liquid glue. Just a little bit goes a long way, so if I get like a blob, I'm just going to try to spread it out. And then I can just glue this down. This fits on here perfectly. So the Mary die cut was from the Paper Pumpkin kit. But so far I've added the crumb cake ink, the Festive Foils paper, the Scallop Contours die, some basic white cardstock. So I haven't gone totally crazy. And I probably should have put my snowflake kind of on for placement before I glued that down, but I think it's okay because I can kind of get it behind the label. So let's get our snowflakes on. These are really fragile, so when you pop them out, you get a whole sheet, and I don't even know, I didn't count them up. There's a lot of them. So this is the largest, and I just put a glue dot back there. And I'm just going to kind of put this on so it kind of hangs over the edge a little bit. Super cute. And then what I did, I'm going to use blends on the last card. So in the kit, you get some pearl little gems. And what I did is I colored some of them ahead of time with my Cherry Cobbler light Stampin' Blends marker. So we're just going to throw one of those on there on top of the snowflake here. So let me grab my Take Your Pick. Hey, good morning, Dee. Thanks for tuning in today. Today is Paper Pumpkin Alternatives Day. So this is card 1. Super, super simple. So now we're going to move on and go up in kind of levels. Card number 2 is this Fun Fold card. So again, I did use the card base from the kit, the one that's kind of crumb cake and cherry. And this card was based on a card that my friend Cheryl designed. So I just changed it up based on the pieces in the kit. So super simple. You can see the card base. Whoops, there's my Post-it note with all my notes on it. I don't want to show you all that. So this is a card base. And then I'm just going to show you how I did this. Again, a perk of getting the measurements for these cards is being a subscriber to my Paper Pumpkin. So let's jump right in to card number 2. I hope you're all having a great week. It's been a little chaotic in my household, so, oh, and I should mention this card's got no stamping at all. So let's start with, let's start with the, I'm like trying to decide what to start with. Okay, let's start with this because this is really important. This is a die from the Scallop Contours, and I just scored it, and I did that ahead of time, and what I'm going to do is fold on that score. You can use a bone folder to make sure you get a good score there, and then I'm just going to put it on this. It's going to go this way. No, it's going to go, sorry, this way on my card, and I'm just kind of eyeballing. It's going to go towards the bottom, but I only want to put adhesive on this little flap here. Okay, so once this comes together, you'll kind of get what I'm going at here, where I'm going with this. So, adhesive there. I'm just going to give it a good little squeeze. Okay, so, and I keep screwing this up. It goes like this. Okay, so this card, I cut off a strip when I cut off the card base, and what I did is I cut this piece down to be kind of a designer series paper. Okay, so this is how I ended up here. So again, I'm using the pieces from the kit, but I've added on a piece of cherry cobbler cardstock to do the Scallop Contours die. I hope you're still with me. And then there's this cute candy cane striped pieces in the kit. So I cut this down and I'm just going to put this layered across. And super, super adorable. I love how this came out. And then in the kit, there's the words joy. It reminds me of, what do we have? They were the playful alphabet dies. And these are even cuter because they kind of have the cherry cobbler and then the white border. So I'm just going to put them on there. So I can kind of line them up where I want them and then just glue them down with a little bit of liquid glue. Okay, let's do the O. And then in the O, I'm going to put one of the smallest snowflake. And it's okay if they kind of overlap a little bit. That's totally fine. The Y might hang off a little bit, and that's totally fine too. Okay, whoops. Come back. Okay, just like so. And then this is pretty small, the little smallest snowflake, but it fits in the middle of the O. I'm just going to put, I think a glue dot would fit, but I'm just going to put a tiny bit of liquid glue. And don't worry, it dries clear, so if I get a little bit outside, I think it'll be fine. Okay, now the trick is I want to glue this white panel. So this is just a piece of basic white from my stash. I want to glue the white inside. And then that will create the fun fold. So this is super cute. I love swapping because I get all these different ideas from my fellow teammates. So this month we did a fun fold swap, and I'm going to show you at the end some of the cards I got. I've been trying to do a fun fold monthly. So there, that makes the card. And then I'm just going to finish it off with another one of my colored, whoops, I put the cover on. Let me see if I can do it this way. One of my little pearls that I colored from the kit with my light Stampin' blends and cherry cobbler. So the key is to just get that adhesive on that little piece that's kind of folded there, and you've got a cool little fun fold card. So that was card number 2. Now card number 3, Oh, and I should show you the envelope. It has that cute candy cane print on the envelope and then at the bottom of the envelope. So these were the envelopes from the kit. And let's move on to card number 3. So this is actually the most difficult one. It's called a Dutch door fold. And I'm not going to teach you how to make that fold today, but if you want to learn how to do that, I'll do it for a future live. So let me know in the comments if you want me to do a Dutch door fold from start to finish. Just so you can see the card again, this one's the most involved. So I'll show you kind of the concept of the Dutch door so you can just get a quick visual before I start doing all the stamping and coloring. And this one's got, so this is the card base from the kit. It's I'm kind of calling it Pool Party, but it's even lighter from Pool Party. So what you do is you cut, you make 2 cuts, and then you end up folding, and this is going to be the front, okay? So the tricky part is you don't want to put adhesive on the top here, because then obviously you'll glue your card shut. So I'll talk about that as I go. Let's start with our stamping. I am going to do the sentiment, which is Santa Claus is coming to town. I can't wait to send this to some of my friends that have like younger children. If you're watching and you're like a grandparent or you have nieces and nephews, this is a super cute card to send to like a kid, I think. So I'm just inking up in Bermuda Bay. So I'm using my Bermuda Bay ink pad from my stash. And then I'm going to ink up the Santa in Memento. Oh, actually, I need to do the Santa twice. So let me put this to the side. I almost forgot. So I actually have a tip with the Santa. In the kit, you get a Santa die cut that looks like this. So we are going to fill in all the detail with the Memento ink. And you'll notice when I stamped, I was a little bit off, but that was okay. My tip is to use the, and you can see I did do it on this one because I actually used this Santa in my card for Casing Tuesday. So check back to my blog on Tuesday, which is October 25th, 2022, and I'm going to have another card featuring the paper pumpkin kit. So I used this template with my Stamparatus. So I put this template on my Stamparatus plate. I actually put the stamp right inside of the template, shut down my Stamparatus plate door, and then I just made sure I was kind of lined up. If you do a test stamp first, I hope this makes sense for those of you that have the Stamparatus. It's a great tool for perfect placement. Do a test, because what you can do is you can kind of move the template a little bit before you kind of go down on your die. So that's my tip for getting this lined up perfectly. I am not going to do all that right now. Just because this is the last card and it's a little bit intensive, like labor intensive, I'm going to do some coloring. So I'm just going to ink up and hover right over the top, and if I'm a little bit off, that's fine. So I'm actually going to stamp him twice, once on the die cut and once on a piece of white for the inside of the card. So I can already see I'm a little bit off, but that's okay. I'm just going to show you the white piece for the inside of the card. So you'll see on 2 of these cards, I added a piece of white for the inside, just to give it some more sturdiness, make it more sturdy. And then this one I wanted to color. So I'm not going to color the whole thing, but I'm just going to show you quickly. Oh, I'll color. I'll color with the blends, I guess, to show you that part. But let's see. I'm going to put a Post-it note back here just because my coloring will bleed through. So let's do a little bit of quick coloring. I have my ivory, which I'm just going to do his kind of face. I'm just gonna go super quick. And I did a little bit of petal pink for the cheeks. This is the light petal pink. And then what I'm gonna do is do some cherry for the hat. And then we're gonna do some Wink Stella. So this is the dark cherry cobbler. And what I'm gonna do is just kind of make like a, ooh, this is like looking not great. I'm gonna make like a V over here. And that's probably a little bit too much, but that's okay. What I'm gonna do is come in with the light cherry cobbler and pull that dark out. And I want to be careful because blends do bleed a little bit. You want to use Memento ink with your blends. And I'm just gonna pull, and I'm gonna try not to go over the black Memento line if at all possible. And you can kind of come over and kind of pull the color out, the dark to the light. Okay. So pretty much when I finish with the blends, I want to kind of make sure like it doesn't look like there's any lines there. And then to match the little die cut, you can kind of see that there's some pieces that are lighter. So what I did is I just took my color lifter and I'm just gonna lift in a few spots. And you have to let it dry a little bit before it looks perfect. And you could come back and lift some more if you want to. Okay, I'm gonna get this out of the way. I have stuff everywhere. One of the other things I did is I did Wink Stella. So I'm gonna put these to the side for a second and bring over my Dutch door. So this is my middle panel. So what I do with the middle panel is this piece is from the kit and I cut it down to kind of layer on like designer series paper. This one really makes me happy. I really love how this one came out. I think it was the first one I made. My swap for the Fun Fold swap we just did with our Stampers with Heart team, I did a Dutch door fold card and I mailed them all, so I don't have a sample to show you. So let's figure out where I'm gonna put everything. Okay, I'm gonna switch gears and do this first. Okay, so, sorry, I'm kind of jumping all over let me get my base again and let me put inside my, my white piece with my Santa. Sorry, my hair was in there. How about some DNA with your Christmas card? Okay, so my Santa's in there, and you can't even see him, which is super cute. He gets hidden there. And then I want, this is like the sky with the stars, so I want this layered on like this. But remember, you don't want to put adhesive on the top here, or you'll glue your card shut. So my tip is to flip it over and stop for a second because I forgot to put my cute cherry cobbler festive foils on there. So I'm going to put this on with Seal Plus. I like the Seal Plus if it's really thin or if it's white or vanilla. So let me put this down first. Okay, now I can kind of jump over to my Dutch door. So again, I'm flipping it over and eyeballing where I want it to be. And then I know I only want to put adhesive where I see the cherry cobbler kind of cutting myself off here from the top and the bottom. And then I can just flip over and eyeball. Now, you totally could like make yourself a template of knowing exactly where you want to do this. If you were going to do a swap and make a whole bunch of these or make this as your Christmas card, you totally could make a template on paper and like trace one so it's lined up perfectly. I eyeballed like tried to eyeball the three top sections, but now you'll see when it flips open, there's no adhesive here on the top. Okay, so now let me kind of get my placement for my Santa and my banners. I put the Santa kind of towards the top. I put this cute blue banner down towards the bottom. And let's put him on for here. This is from the kit, this cute banner. And I'm just gonna layer up, sorry, this moved a little bit. So, layer up my Santa sentiment. Super cute. It's almost hard to make Christmas cards. It was 70 degrees here yesterday. So, super, super awesome to still have some nice weather. And I know this isn't stamp perfect, but I'm just gonna throw it on here and show you how I finished this off. I took my Wink of Stella glitter brush, and let me find it. Seems to be among the missing at the moment. I have so much on my table, so I don't know where it went. Okay, it's probably in my caddy. Here it is. Okay. So what I did with the Wink of Stella is every place there was kind of white on the die, I just gave him some bling. So on his mustache, on his beard, and I just really winked this up. And then, just to finish it off, I added more, so you can kind of go to your heart is content with that. I put a little dot on the pom-pom. So that was card number 3. Let me show you this one, which looks a little bit better, which is my original sample with the Dutch door. So, and hopefully you can kind of see some of the Wink of Stella on there. And it's super cute. I did Wink of Stella the inside too on this sample. So, hope you enjoyed these 3 cards. I want to show you some of my swaps, and I have a few announcements. So, let's hop over to that. If you joined later, you might have to go back and watch the replay. Hi, Robin. Thanks for tuning in. So, actually, let me recap the cards. So, this was card 3. This was card 2 with the cute fun fold. And then this was card number 1. Okay, so let me show you. Actually, I'm all over the place today. I apologize. Let me show you my card class before I show you the swaps. I'm just moving some stuff out of the way. My class is right over my shoulder. So tomorrow, which is Monday, October 24th, 2022, noon Eastern, I am going to close registration for my Brightest Glow card class. So this is in person this Thursday night, or I am offering kits to go as well. So it's going to be 8 cards. There's 4 designs, and you are going to get 2 of each, and then you are going to get 2 full embellishments as well. So these are the cards, and that's about as far as I can go. So make sure you sign up if you're not on my mailing list so you can get all the info on my classes. I know that there were a few comments on Facebook of people who wanted a kit, so I will make sure to comment back to you today. And let's see, so that's the information for class. This Saturday is Stamp Out Breast Cancer. So if you're if you follow me, I did talk about it a couple weeks ago. So we're using the Stepping Stone stamp set. So I wanted to show that. This is from the 2022-2023 annual catalog. And a few things about the event. In person, it's in Drake, Mass. on this Saturday, October 29th, 2022, from 1 to 3:30 p.m. If you make a donation in advance of $25, that gets you admission. And it's going to be $30 donation at the door. We have raffles for additional purchase. We've got door prizes. We are making 5 cards. So me and my partner, Anne, this is our card with the Helen Keller quote, I guess, so to speak, right? So super cute. I actually finished prepping, cutting all the pieces yesterday. So today I just need to stuff the packets and I'll be ready for Saturday. And of course, thank you to my stamping friends that helped cut the designer series paper and do all the die cutting for our team. So that was really super helpful, especially with all the chaos in my life the past couple weeks. So anyways, I wanted to talk about that. The live event in person is 5 cards. So you move around the room, you make 5 cards. This is one of them. And then there's also going to be an awesome PDF tutorial. I'm just taking a sip of tea really quick. We collaborated with stamping friends all over the country, and we have a PDF tutorial that we'll be sending out with cards featuring this stamp set, Stepping Stones. And so with your donation, you will get the PDF tutorials, and you also, if you're in the US, your name will be in for our door prizes at the live event. So if somebody that's not there wins the door prize that donated, we will be shipping it to you. So awesome event. We've already raised over $3,600 for Making Strides against breast cancer of Boston. And a lot of you know, maybe not all of you watching know, but I did lose my mom almost 15 years ago. So this cause is very near and dear to my heart. Okay, so I wanted to show my swaps. So it's just over a week that we have a join special going on to join my team, the Sweet and Simple Stampers. And that is my personal team, but I am part of a team called Stampers with Heart. And Stampers with Heart are all over the United States, and we do an optional monthly swap. So I thought I'd show some of them really quick. So this was from Mary in South Carolina, and this is a belly band that slides off. These are all fun folds, by the way. And this one, I'm not even sure. Like, it opens in all these different directions. Super cool. So I'm not sure kind of where I get here. I guess I'm like this when I get here, and then I can put the belly band back on. So super awesome. Love, love, love. This one is from Sharon in North Carolina. Super pretty. Oh my gosh, this reminds me of like a wedding card. It's just super gorgeous with the foil and the sparkly. So there's that one. We kind of just had any fun fold, so it could be simple fun fold. This one is from Lori in Florida. So she did like a Halloween, and this one, it flips up like this. So super, super fun. And I like, it says hello friend. It's got the Halloween paper, but it's different. Super cute. You don't have to send everybody a card for Halloween that says Happy Halloween. This one was from Cheryl, and it inspired me to do my Joy card, which was the second one. So super adorable. Like I said, this was the one that flipped. It had the scalloped contours die scored to make like a little label. And she told us this last week, we don't have a current ornament punch, but she wanted to do like an ornament punch to kind of match the designer series paper. And so this is actually based on the ladybug punch that we have that's current in our annual catalog, and then she cut some of the pieces off. So super great idea of ways to use your punches in multiple different ways. So again, just so you can kind of see what I did here, let me bring over the Joy card really quick. So I just flipped it, right? So this idea can be horizontal or vertical. So super awesome. Thank you, Cheryl, for that idea that I cased. And then this one came from Sue in Massachusetts. Sorry. So she did some coloring, and this is cute. It opens like this. So I really like this one, so I might do this fold for a future card. I'm trying to do a fun fold once a month. And then this one from Celine in Massachusetts. This is a stand-up pop-up card, which I have actually done before. I did one during Celebration. but this was super cute. And then it stands up and on its own, if you can kind of get it to unfold. It's been in the envelope, so I need to kind of play with it to get it to unfold, but very, very cute. And like I said, I mailed all mine, so I didn't even keep a sample for myself, but mine was the Dutch door fold. And leave me a comment if you want to know how to make that from start to finish in the future. So I think that really covers it. Let me bring my camera back up to my face. I wanted to show you the swaps and talk about our team really quick because there is a joint special going on till October 31st, 2022. So if you are somebody that has a giant long wish list and you are interested in getting a great deal for now and then in getting an ongoing discount for the future, please send me a message. I would love to have you on my team, the Sweet and Simple Stampers. We are small but mighty. And let's just say it's $155 right now through October 31st, 2022. And you only do pay $99 plus tax and shipping if you're in a taxable state. So I know some of my neighbors to the north that have joined my team in New Hampshire, it's tax-free. So it would just be the $99. Oh, I'm sorry, you get free shipping on that one kit order. So again, it's $155, any $155 in merchandise that you pick out now, and you only pay $99 plus tax if you live in a taxable state. So I want to sign off. That special goes till 10/31/2022, and then you would get an ongoing 20% discount on your wish list. So hit me up if you want to talk more about details on that. And I do have a little bit of information on my blog at christinestamps.blogspot.com. Just click on the button that says join my team to get some more information about that, and let me know if you have any questions. So I'm going to be using the October 2022 Paper Pumpkin Kit for my Casing Tuesday card this week, so make sure to check back on Tuesday, which is the 25th of October 2022, for details on that card. And I will see you next week at 10 a.m. Eastern for another live. Have a great week, everybody.